This Week in Gaming! Welcome in, everybody. We are having another fun Sunday gaming news stream. Kieran's crashing out currently because Kieran is just trying to exist, honestly. Oh, now you're throwing the the spit at me. I see how it is. Wait, no, that was Kezi. I thought that was. Come on, Kezi. Can I have mod for the fairness of this channel? To be honest, we still don't know who you are, so no. No. This wasn't water, it was acid for being late. Oh my gosh, what is this, the UK? Aciding people? This is identity theft. Identity theft is not a joke. Wait, so you're saying your name is Karen? Because I was under the impression that you were saying it wasn't Karen, so which is it? How is it identity theft when it's clearly Karen Dev? Alright. It's September 14th, and we are going to be talking a lot about, honestly, politics. Today, there's a lot of political things going on, but it's all gaming related, I promise you. We're not going to go off on a tangent. I know that sometimes we do, but no tangents today. No tangents whatsoever. So right now we got the background. This is the Nepal revolution, by the way. So you already know it's going to be political when you see a burning Congress building in the background. Everybody's... No way! Oh boy, everybody spam Kieran, or Clarent. Clarent. There it is. Identity theft. Oh, the chat's literally... It's rebelling, sort of like the Nepalians? What would you call them? Anyways, let's go on to our wins and fails for this week. We have peak performance, new Nepal, based boycott, valued voice, and wormy wonder. What's this? Wormy wonder. I wonder what that. Has there not been enough politics this past week? I mean, it's all kind of feeding into this, to be honest. Most of the news has to do with the politics. So let's just get into it. Our first fail is Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 launched early on PC, just a couple hours before it came to console. However, it was plagued with a poor PC performance launch. As a result, it has mixed reviews on Steam. Gamers believe this may have been caused by Unreal Engine or Denuvo anti-cheat. Apparently the performance is very, very bad. People getting as low as 55 to 60 frames, which sounds good in theory on the high end. on most other machines, they're struggling to get over 20 frames. So it's kind of hit or miss depending on how rich you are, I suppose. Those who can play the game, however, seem to be enjoying it. It seems like a lot of people do like the game. I think after they fix all of the issues with this game, maybe it'll be a win. But man, like, how often are we gonna do this where we just launch games that don't work? Like, are we gonna, when's enough gonna be enough? Caused by having a weak PC? I guess so, but isn't this game like a comic book? Like, why is it even that intensive in the first place? Like, this game literally looks like it came out in 2004, you know? Like, it's kind of crazy. Anyways, let's move on. We got some screenshots here. These are some of the not recommended reviews. This guy has 27 and a quarter hours on this game. He says that it's not recommended. The game is great, fun, full of things to do. Basically what you would expect from Borderlands when it runs. Game is riddled with a total lack of optimization. They want everyone to use scalers and frame gen to go above 60 FPS, which is absolutely not acceptable. Crashes, freezes, stuttering, and the graphics doesn't justify the incredible hardware request for this title. FrameGen and scalers are technologies made to improve performance, not aimed to reach the bare minimum 60 FPS. Unreal 5 is ruining gaming along with incompetent devs. That's vicious. I'm lucky enough to be able to run it with a mix of high, medium settings on a 3080 at 60 FPS, and that's with, I'm assuming, scaling. I don't feel like recommending this title to anyone else for the total lack of optimization. This person says, unfortunately, the game runs as badly as everyone else says, and I do not have a bad PC. Cool. I can't really, I don't know what that means. I don't have a bad PC, but apparently 120 people found that helpful. This person gave it another thumbs down. They say they have a, what is this? A 9070 OXT OC edition. I don't know what the heck that is. I don't use AMD graphics cards, but that sounds like it's a, like a comparable to like maybe like a 5070 if I had to imagine. Maybe a 4070, I don't know. You can expect a high preset experience, including upscaling of barely 60 FPS. Frame gen is pretty much forced, especially if you wish to play on max graphics, which is quite sad because the game appears to be executed just fine. So, see, everyone seems to like the game. It just doesn't work for most PC players unless you have like DLSS or something. Like, you have to use it from what people seem to be reporting. So that's not very good. Fuck you, Nyx. Nyx? Who's Nyx? What? Is one of these people Nyx? Oh, Nyx. What did Nyx do? They said Yui is ruining gaming. It kind of is. It is. I do think that there's an over-reliance on Unreal Engine, and I kind of like, I don't like how every single game developer is using it now. Fuck you, Zen. Come on now. Don't they know if you're getting 15 FPS, you turn 4x frame gen on? Boom, 60 FPS. There you go. Just use frame generation. Yeah, I do kind of dislike how Unreal Engine, every game kind of looks like Unreal Engine. It's kind of a problem. Like, they all have the same look, and I don't really like that too much. I think big studios should have their own engine, but Unreal Engine for solo devs is a godsend. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I think that Unreal Engine is a great tool for indie devs. I think that every big studio using it is kind of annoying. Like, Halo's using it. I think Tomb Raider uses it. Obviously, Fortnite uses it. I would say Fortnite is the most unique looking Unreal Engine game, though. Like, it doesn't look like the rest of them. The rest of the games all look so similar. They all have the same look to them. Yeah, it's overkill. And I've seen people say that, like, it's kind of killing the creativity from these AAA studios. And I kind of agree, because it feels like all these AAA games have the same, like, the same polish to them, you know? Like, they look like they're coming out of the same factory. It's like the illusion of choice. Anyways, let's move on to a win. Nepal's Discord revolution. This was the political thing that we had on the front page. This is kind of crazy. So let me tell you guys a story. So history this week was made on Discord of all places after a Gen Z uprising overthrew the government of Nepal. So apparently, the story goes, the people, specifically Generation Z, like the youngest adults in the population right now, were very upset with corruption in their government, and they would talk about it pretty at scale on the internet. So the Nepal government just went, all right, we're banning the internet, so you can't talk about us anymore. And because they weren't able to talk about the corruption, they just took to the streets and started flipping cars and burning shit down. And they overthrew the government because they had nothing else to do. They took away the internet, so they were like, I guess we'll just go take our discourse to the real world. And this is going to be studied for years. I think from now on, I don't imagine that governments will like to ban the internet in an attempt to sow discourse, or not sow, but what's the word? Like calm discourse. Like, it's not gonna work. Clearly, they got the most ultimate version of the Streisand effect. What are you saying? The biggest thing that looks samey is using the same default shaders. Oh, I hear what you mean. You guys are still talking about the game engines. If big companies make their own engines in-house, it'll take longer to produce the game. Price will go up for the production, and they would need to reinvent the wheel every time. Okay, that's a great point. Tell me, what is being passed on to the consumer? What savings are being passed on to us? Because they're still making these games in Unreal Engine, and they're still costing $70, $80. So you tell me, what is them saving money on making their own engine doing for us? because I don't think that it's doing anything. I really don't. Anyways, after burning down the Capitol building and their leader fleeing, their leader literally had to flee the country, the military bent the knee to the young revolutionaries. Instead of taking power themselves, they went, yo, send us a representative and let's talk this out. And a server with more than 145,000 members then decided to elect Sushila Karki. I apologize if I said that wrong. Who's 73, which is really funny because she's literally a boomer. So the Gen Z overthrew their boomer government and went like, we choose a boomer, which honestly shows maturity. Because from what I see, she was the previous Chief Justice and in charge of anti-corruption. So she's actually a fantastic choice. But they chose her as an interim prime minister. And I believe they're going to be holding full elections in 2026. So she's just there to run the country while they can get things in order. This is also the first woman to lead Nepal in history. So that's so cool. I think there's something really poetic about Gen Z having enough, overthrowing the boomer government, and then getting their sweet old grandma to be their leader. But she seems like a good person, and I think that this is such a hopeful thing to see. You know, like people rising up, having enough of something, and then making a positive change to their environment. Like, that's incredible. So that's why I gave this a win. Sushila Karki is known for not being able to be bought in Nepal. That's so badass. She's like Batman. Even if they did make their own engine, you could probably still match it to exactly to a T in Unreal Engine. Maybe. Or maybe not. I think there are some things you can't match. Like, for example, the newest Battlefield isn't made in Unreal Engine, and they explain because it's not possible to do the destruction stuff that they want in Unreal Engine. Which I think is probably true. I know that you're probably thinking like, you can do destruction on Unreal Engine. Yeah, but with netcode? That's a whole different beast. It's a whole nother thing to overcome. And the Frostbite engine's actually pretty good. It's got amazing graphics. It's got amazing performance. It doesn't have the same stuttering issue that Unreal Engine has in every fucking game. That's another thing that a lot of people dislike about Unreal Engine, is that it has this like terrible stutter across so many games. It even happened in Oblivion. There are some serious performance issues with the engine. Chaos physics and chaos destruction would work, and it can be networked. Okay, then do it. Then do it. Prove DICE wrong. I think I'm gonna take the multi-million-dollar studio DICE's word over yours. No offense. I don't say that the cost is being passed down, but when producing the engine, it has a price even after the release in case the engine has security issues. I mean, that's true. It does cost money, for sure. But it doesn't help us that they're saving it. They're just going to spend that money on something else, like advertising. You guys are so stuck on this Unreal Engine stuff. You guys are... but there's still companies that build their own engines like Valve, Bohemia Interactive, and DICE. When I saw the V, I immediately thought you were going to say like Volkswagen, BMW. Yeah, no, these are... Honestly, Valve is also... I hear that they're cooking with an engine currently. They used it for Half-Life Alyx, but it seems like they've actually got a really good... Like, I think it's Source 2 going on. I cannot be fucked to install Unreal again. You don't have it installed? Check Discord. Alright. This is the last thing, and then we're moving on. I'm not talking about engines anymore. If we have to move on. You guys will not let me go to the next slide. Fart first. Nope. Nice try. I don't think that's... the tech behind the most realistic destruction in Unreal Engine 5. Wait, is the finals made in Unreal 5? Okay, maybe I'll...
Go to website you
Oh,
love.
shut the fuck up. Yeah, okay, I don't care. If it's made in Unreal 5, then yeah. That changes my mind. I didn't realize the finals was an Unreal game. But it still seems like DICE would prefer to have their own engine, and I applaud them for that, because honestly, I'm getting sick of everybody using the same engine. It's going to be a problem too. You know, you think that it's a great tool now for indie devs. What happens when the license costs a certain amount that only AAA studios can afford, because only AAA studios use it? It's going to become exclusive to them. So I don't support AAA studios overusing Unreal. I think it's a problem, and more than just creative bankruptcy. Then go back to Unity. Oh, then we all go back to Unity. You say that like I'm not already on Unity. Anyways, moving on. Ghost of Yotei boycott. This is our next fail. Gamers vowed to boycott Ghost of Yotei after senior character artist Drew Harrison supported the public assassination of Charlie Kirk. They were quickly fired over their vile Blue Sky posts as the company scrambles to save face. So there is a massive... I mean, if you don't know already, we're a week late to this pretty much, but unfortunately there was a political assassination in America. It sent a lot of discourse throughout the internet, and some people have, and I don't know why I have to say this, it's bad to cheer for anyone's death. Let's just get that out of the way. So a lot of people noticed prominent figures were so gleeful over this person dying, and this person who's Drew Harrison, the senior character artist over at Sucker Punch, it starts right here. They said, "I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his bro has got his back." This is before they knew who it was, and that's pretty vile, like right off the bat. But they said, "I have been told that Twitter has noticed me from across the room. Ooh woo." Because this is when they started getting a lot of hate. Which, by the way, ooh woo is almost identical to what the bullet that killed Charlie Kirk said on it. Which is crazy that they're using like the same fucking language. It's almost like they're in the same group, the same kind of mindset, right? Some of y'all have never heard of the critically acclaimed Mario Bros franchise by Nintendo, and it shows. This is them trying to walk it back, be like, I was just talking about Mario Bros, guys, right? Maybe instead of emailing people's employers, y'all should be emailing your reps and demand gun control immediately. This is right before, this is like when they're starting to panic, like, okay, stop trying to get me fired, guys, this isn't cool. And this is them after being fired. They changed their name to Drew Punching Nazis Till I Die. By the way, Charlie Kirk, not a Nazi. Not in any way, shape, or form a fascist, which is crazy. If standing up against fascism is what cost me my job, my dream job, your dream job, that's so cool. You lost this because of your stupid internet takes. I held for 10 years down the shitter because you cannot keep a professional presence on the internet. That's mind-blowing. I can't believe I can we just digest this for a second? Your 10-year dream job, as you put it, you don't care that you lost it because you're standing up to fascism, which, by the way, this is not. You don't even know what the word means, clearly. I would do it again 100x stronger. Cool. All right. Have fun being unemployed, I guess. Crazy. It's disgusting. It really is. Red Hood comic book got canceled and recalled after the first issue was released because the writer. I heard about that as well. They also, like, it's weird. There's a lot of prominent people who've been saying takes like this. I only used this one because it was from a video game, but there's a lot of people who are getting fired. Like, there's like nurses, there's teachers. Apparently there was a teacher that showed the shooting in their class, which is, brother, what is wrong with you? I personally have not seen the video. I've watched people describe it. I don't need to see it. It has no interest in to me. I don't need to see people dying on my feet. Like, it's awful, and I can't believe people are just consuming it like it's fucking content. What are we doing? A white supremacist. He's not a white supremacist. He really isn't. Like, honestly, people are so loose with these terms, and it's watering them down to nothing. It's nothing. I don't agree with most of his takes, but I'm intelligent enough to realize what is and isn't fascism or white supremacy, and these are not those things. It's scary. It's scary that people cannot like recognize real, true evil. Got 2,500 hearts maybe? He is right. You talking about this? He got 2,500 hearts, therefore he's correct. Brother, this is on Blue Sky. Everybody here is an anti-fascist. So, I mean, everybody here is completely brain dead. It was on my FYP, not something I wanted to wake up to. Yeah, no, I think it's disgusting too that so many people want to share it. It's gross. I also included their profile because it just looks so fucking funny. Like, this is the exact kind of person that would gleefully exclaim someone's death. It's just this was the thing I wanted to point out. Polyethically non-monogamous. I'm sorry, like, this is like your profile where you represent a company as a senior artist for a video game studio, and you're like broadcasting like, oh, I'm polyamorous and I like to fuck multiple partners, ethically non-monogamous, which is kind of gross. Like, what are you trying to like get hookups on here? Could you imagine if I'm like in my LinkedIn, I'm like, hey, I'm poly, I'm looking for a boyfriend for my girlfriend. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. People are gross, and this is one of them. Sorry, his takes towards LGBTQ community left me no sympathy for him. Not gleeful, but just can't feel bad for someone who would feel the same. I don't think he would feel the same about anybody dying. I really don't. And I've seen a lot of his I've seen a lot of his clips since he's died. I didn't really watch him before, but everything I've seen has been like pretty like normal, right? Like I've seen people be like he talked to a transgender person, and they were like hey, when do you think it's appropriate to give someone chemicals to change their body? And he was like, can I know your story? And they told them their story, and then he was like, I just think that maybe you should feel more comfortable in your body before feeling like you need to change it with chemicals. And I was like, that's not the craziest thing I've ever heard. That's not like, I understand that people don't want to hear that, but that's not like, that doesn't offend me. You know, like what are we doing here where that's offensive when there's real people out there who actually want to cause violence towards LGBTQ people? I don't think anything that he said was so atrocious that I would even feel like okay with him dying. Like, that's crazy. Killing someone for an opinion is never okay. Exactly. Killing him didn't silence him, it made him louder than ever. That's also true. And it's another thing that I've noticed that people cannot understand, and I keep trying to tell them that. As someone who's a moderate, who votes both Democrat and Republican, I usually research every single candidate and choose the best one, usually based on qualifications, education, whatnot. I can see it from a middle point of view how bad the left looks right now, and how so many people do not want to vote left. I'm pretty certain that this event will ruin their midterms, which is so important right now, by the way, because Donald Trump controls both the presidential branch, the House, and the Senate, and he also has most of the judges elected to the Supreme Court. He controls the entire government, and we're sitting here fucking shooting people and making martyrs. Do you think you're gonna win the next election doing that? Crazy. Anyways, we're done talking about this. I'm really impassioned by it. I think it's wrong, and I think what's more wrong is the way that people are reacting to it, because it's only damaging themselves. It makes you look bad, and it makes you lose votes, and I don't know how else to say it. Even from like a self-deprecation, or it's not deprecation. Even just looking out for yourself, you should recognize how bad this is for you, like, to support. There's just no there's no hindsight here. Like, if I was a Democrat right now, I'd be very pissed. I'd be so mad because all of my people are making me look like a shithead right now. You know what I mean? You're probably looking at your polls dropping. You're like, I didn't even do anything. So dumb. Like, All right, let's move on. Let's go to our win. Keanu Reeves misses Cyberpunk. In an interview about his upcoming movie, Keanu Reeves said he would like to reprise his role as Johnny Silverhand in the upcoming Cyberpunk sequel, saying, "Absolutely, I'd love to play Johnny Silverhand again." I don't know if we should keep talking about it. I'll read Mo's comment because it looks like he typed a lot, but this will be the last one that we read about it. Because I think we need to move on. This is a very politically divisive topic, which is crazy. I feel like most people would just agree, like, hey, killing someone's bad. But the thing I don't understand is the person who is the killer just doesn't look like he would do it. For an outsider like me, it looks like he is framed or something. That was my thought initially as well. I mean, the dude's got a 4.0. He had a scholarship. He seems like an intelligent person, but he also, from what I've heard, got radicalized on like Reddit and like Discord and shit. Like he just like spent way too much time online, which doesn't surprise me. A lot of people, especially like early, like 18 to like 22, I want to say, like people who grew up in the pandemic going to school for like high school are just cooked mentally. Like they're super weird, antisocial, like they don't have the same social norms that people who had normal upbringings do. And it's caused a lot of people to think that this is just okay. Like specifically in Gen Z crowds, we are more likely, I think there was a statistic that said like 50% of Gen Z don't believe that there's any reason to not shoot someone or kill someone rather for their opinion. But I originally thought that this was an inside job for sure. I was immediately thinking of conspiracy theories of like, dude, if Donald Trump, like what if Donald Trump was a mastermind and did this himself, just knowing the fallout that would happen. Especially because it was one shot. Usually when it's like a crazy, psychopath, like with the Donald Trump attempt, there was like multiple shots. Like it's some, idiot just shooting, right? Just trying to hit the guy. Usually it's not just like someone who's clear, precise, one bullet and done. Like that's like a professional hit, in my opinion, but I don't know. He's the same age as me? I mean, the boot fits. I don't know. It's not everybody, but and of course you're in Germany. It might be different for you, but in America, like people within that age range are a little bit cooked in the brain, and it's not really their fault. Like they spent like their high school graduation in a fucking bedroom. You know what I mean? Like the pandemic did so much damage to our brains, and I don't think people are fully able to recognize that. It wasn't until like this year that I actually broke out of it. Like I didn't leave my house from like 2020 to 2024. I was like a hermit. And like now I'm actually getting out. Now I'm going to like concerts. Now I'm like meeting up with friends. Now I'm like, staying outside until the sun goes down kind of thing, right? Like I'm actually like going outside, getting some sun on my face. I know I look really white. It's just a terrible webcam, but yeah, the system is broken, and now we are close to violence more than ever. Closer to violence, yeah. And that makes me sad. That makes me sad because, there's not a single opinion in this world that would make me want to hurt someone. Like even like Hitler. Like I see stuff like that. Like I see like an actual real fascist, right? And I have seen like real fascists speak, and I see that, and it makes me sad. It makes me feel like man, I wish I could help you. I wish I could show you like love and truth and like convince you that this is wrong. I have never ever in my life heard an opinion so awful that I'm like, I should kill you. Unless maybe if you were like, I just really like touching kids. I've touched at least 40 kids. Like if you were to like admit some like awful shit to me, I mean that's different. That's like those are crimes. So I guess it's a little bit different. But yeah, like theoretical like opinions like never really like made me feel the need to hurt someone. So we should do everything we can, no matter what side you're on, to disavow violence. I feel like most Gen Z did not get taught how to handle different opinions and have a discussion. Yeah, we're all in our own little echo chambers. Like, and I think that's terrible. The internet's just closed us off. No more dad bod. My issue is when I came out in 2006, I felt safer than I do in 2025. Wait, what does that to do with dad pods? This is two different. That shouldn't be that way. Be that way we are going. I think so. So the problem is like LGBTQ stuff has become too politicized. Like now if you come out, you're also coming out as like liberal, right? Like that's not the way it should be. The same with like religion. Like you come out as Christian, you're also basically coming out as Republican, which is not like true. Like the two things do not equal each other. To be honest, too, 200-meter shot with a long rifle is pretty easy. I'd say most people can do it with a 30 minutes of instructions. I have never shot a rifle. I really want to. I've only shot an AR-15, so I don't know. And the AR-15 definitely has a spread, but the thing is you shoot multiple rounds. But yeah, maybe that's not a too difficult shot. Hearing Pro shot is kind of crazy. It's really not. Okay, alright. I mean, we got the gun expert here. I mean, yeah, it also bounced off. Okay, we need to stop talking about this. We need to stop we need to move on. Like, this is gonna get immediately demonetized. This is just one little bit of the thing. I told you this was gonna be political, but I was just trying to touch on the subjects and just like include them because there's not a lot that happened other than those things. Nepal and Charlie Kirk. I mean, in terms of gaming, I mean, we got Discord, which is a gaming platform, and then we got the shitface senior character artist from Sucker Punch. Good thing Nepal's not. I know. Nepal would. for those watching, Nepal is a user in our chat that's very political. His name is actually Nepal. It's kind of funny. Welcome back, Parzival. I think I blacked out. Holy shit, it's been 40 minutes. It has not. It's been 31 minutes. Okay, let's move on. Our next fail. We're going into more politics. Brainworm Man versus gaming. And I got this nice picture. I'm a mom against video games, which is basically the same energy as him. RFK Jr. has declared war on video games, naming them the cause of violence. I'm sorry, I need to take a minute to just laugh because this is just so... yeah, it's an appropriate egg. When pointing out mass shootings in America, he states, "This is not happening in other countries." He then vows to investigate the correlation with psychiatric drugs, video games, and social media. I like how Kezzy's just like, lol. He time traveled back to 2010. So, first of all, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room here. As someone who actually does like guns, like I like shooting them, I think they're cool. The reason we have mass shootings in this country is because we have guns. That's the reason why. The reason why most other countries don't have them is because they don't have guns. I don't know if this connects to anybody or not. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing because like when I read that, I was like, there's no fucking way he said that. So to give him credit, immediately after that, he does say, comparatively to Switzerland, who has the same amount of guns, they have much less mass shootings, which is true. So I just did a quick Google search, right? A quick Google search that you or I or your mom or your dad could do. And I said, how easy is it to own a gun in Switzerland? And let's just read the AI overview. It's relatively easy compared to many European nations, which is comparatively, not in terms of just like compared to the United States, but it's not unrestricted and depends on the specific firearm. The process is highly regulated, includes mandatory background checks, permits for most weapons, and whatever that is, state oversights. Unlike the United States, carrying a firearm in public is extremely rare and requires a special permit. My understanding is that it's much more regulated than America. So it's not like a very good comparison. He's saying a more regulated country has less gun violence. It's like, than a less regulated one. I think he's defeating his own argument here. Whatever. Yeah, brother. And every single man in Switzerland was in the army. That too. It's a much bigger difference when you have a government that requires service. Because people learn how to properly use a firearm and safely use it and safely lock it up and keep it. And then they also learn discipline. It's a lot different when any Yahoo like this guy can walk into a Walmart and buy an AR-15. Just kidding, you can't do that. You can't do that anymore. But I think at one point you could. They did crack down on that. You can't even buy guns at Walmart at all. You can't even buy ammunition. You can buy shotgun shells and that's it. And was trained for at least a year. Yeah, brother. Yeah, miss. Wait, what? Why did you time out Parzival? What did Parzival do? What are you doing over here, Kieran? I'm telling you right now, you're about to lose your mod privileges. You need to chill out. 48 school shootings in 1 year is crazy. Hey, what can I say? We're going for records here. Although I do want to preface and say that, like, you know, violence and murder in particular in the United States has never been lower. I know that it seems like it's higher than ever, but it actually is a pretty relatively safe country to live in. And I think there's a lot of fear going around that, like, you're going to get shot, like, for sure. If you step outside, you're gonna die. That's not reality. I'm not gonna open that up and go into that, but there's school shootings in Germany. I didn't even know that was a thing. America, fuck yeah. Anyways, we got the clip right here, so let's see what he thinks gun violence is attributed to. Hang on, let me pause the music real quick. All right.
I'm declaring war on fat gay kids, not the kids themselves, but on whatever's making them so fat, gay, and pathetic. I'm talking seed oils, SSRIs, MSNBC, and perverts masquerading as teachers and guidance counselors. Sorry, but as an educator, you can't show off your extensive collection of marital aids anymore, okay? America isn't a dance school, a video game competition, or an OnlyFans academy.
Oh, man.
It's a country. And with the help of President Trump, we'll be focusing on eliminating the things in our society that are turning our kids into effeminate weirdos and skanks.
That was the wrong video. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I put on the wrong video. My bad. Swallowing seed oils does sound kind of gay. Thank you so much, Kieran to Dev. That was very astute of you. That was a great observation. That was if you don't know, if you're not in on the joke, that was a deep faked video. He did not say I'm declaring war on fat gay kids. He sounds like he's about to be Thanos snapped in a few seconds. We had our last school shootings in 1996, and then we banned guns. Didn't have a school shooting since. Now you guys just have school stabbings. All right. Moving on. Let's actually really watch the video. I do have a real clip of him saying it. All right.
You mentioned suicides, especially among teenagers. There is a debate over mental health and firearms in this country and the impact on children's health. Was there ever a discussion of looking at firearms and the health of our children related to that? So those two questions, pesticides and firearms. Thank you.
Pesticides and firearms is crazy.
I'll answer the question. The firearms question, we're doing research.
With edging
the
topics.
Firearms question is a complex
Hey,
question.
what can I say? Sword fights.
It's not an easy question. The violence is what we're concerned with. This sudden onset of violence that began in the 1990s where people would do something that has never been happened in history, which is somebody walks into a school or a church or theater and starts shooting strangers.
Does he have a dildo stuck in his throat? That
We
just
had
sounds
lots
like
of
that, man.
guns when we were kids.
Man
We
sounds
had
like he needs to
probably
lubricate
the
his
same
voice with seed oil.
Nobody was doing that. We had gun clubs at my school. Kids brought guns to school and were encouraged to do so. And nobody was walking into schools and shooting people. So and this is not happening in other countries.
He sounds like he has that distortion effect on his
Switzerland has
voice.
a comparable number of guns as we do, and the last mass shooting they had was 23 years ago. We're having mass shootings every 23 hours. Oh, there are many, many things that happened in the 1990s that could explain these. One is the dependence on psychiatric drugs, which is
Psychiatric
in
drugs.
our country is unlike any other country in the world.
Unlike any other country in the world. He sounds like Trump.
There could be connections with video games.
Video games, that's a good one.
Social media,
Social media is another
a
good
number
one.
of things, and we are looking at that at NIH.
I'm glad that they're investigating
we are
this.
doing, studies now. We're initiating studies.
He's gonna
to
solve
look
gun
at
violence.
The correlation and the connection, potential connection between over-medicating our kids and this violence, and these other possible co-founders as well.
So, obviously, I don't need to tell you. I don't think that that's necessarily the reason for gun violence. I think there are many reasons. I do, however, agree with the notion that it hasn't been like this before. And again, I think that a lot of it was, being isolated for so long, cooked people literally mentally. And I think that there is like a rise in like mental health issues in this country for sure, 100%. But I don't know if it's necessarily video games or even psychiatric drugs. I have no idea. I think that a lot of it is us being soft on crime, which is like I'm kind of like iffy on. Like I really think that we need to be more cautious with like who we lock up. Like we don't want to destroy people's lives. And like people make mistakes. Like if I've never committed a crime in my life, but if I'm sitting in front of a jury for something that I did wrong, I would hope that they would take in consideration the fact that like I am a good person. I might have made a mistake, and I might deserve a second chance. But if I'm someone who's in there for the 10th time, right, for like violent crimes, maybe I shouldn't be allowed back onto the streets. I mean, there's a lot that's changed in this country in terms of the way that we persecute people, and I understand why. Like we don't want to over persecute. Like we're one of the most. I think we are the most jailed country in the world. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Why are there 2 Parsifals and 2 Kierans? Dude, there's like 9 Parsifals. Parzival, I did not see your message. I have no idea what you said. He sounds like he's just finished a pack of 20 crayons. He just ate them all. He's known for, it's like he's having multiple strokes a minute. He has had brainworms. That's why I said brainworm man or whatever. He's literally had brainworms. Welcome to the stream. I can't find my Parzival login. Usually there's 3. Wait, what? Wait. Kez, you have a Parzival login? Wait, I thought these were all Parzival. We are multiplying. I'll send you. Wait, what? Wait, these aren't actually Parzival himself? I thought these were all him. It looks like we have a multiverse situation here with 2 Parzivals and 2 Kierans. Maybe you're just leveling up their game, doubling the fun, or perhaps we stumbled into an alternate reality. Thanks, Ed. Now we all feel bad. Anyways, let's move on. Nintendo insane patent. This is our first story of the day. Nintendo received a patent 12,400,000 or 403,397, which gives them the sole rights to add a main character that summons minions that can battle with enemies that they spawn on top of. This sounds really specific, but basically they have the right to anything Power World is trying to do. Basically, if you throw a guy out and he spawns and he fights or does any sort of tasks for you, if you have a main character that has a sub character that makes an action or does something for you, you cannot do that anymore. But I don't know how they got a patent for this, but it's pretty clear that patents like this are a danger to the creative integrity of the gaming industry. Like, I know it sounds like, you know, very specific, like you might not be thinking about making a game like this, but nobody in the world now is allowed to make this style of game, and that's so wrong. Like, could you imagine if if Nintendo also put a patent in, like, you can't have a side-scrolling character that hits blocks? Like, holy shit, dude. Why did you put an E in my name, dumbass? You got you there. Sorry about the mix-up. Oopsies. Guess my fingers slipped. What? That is crazy. And he's got the step bro emote. XD. Hey, Mocow. XD Pepe left. Someone get paid good enough money to let this patent through. I know. Honestly, maybe it was a little bit of corruption. Can I get a patent for main menus? Honestly, at this point, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can patent anything. It's actually crazy. And Nintendo keeps getting these. They also have a patent. This is on top of the patent where you have a character that throws a ball. You can't do that anymore. You can't have characters that throw a ball or have a sub menu that looks anything like a Pokemon battle screen. Can't do that. Which is, by the way, like every turn-based fighting game, like Persona would technically be in violation of this. That weird French love movie, love game, Expedition 33. I don't know why I said the love thing. I just usually I just usually attribute anything French to being promiscuous. Undertale too, yeah. Literally, like they're coming for every single turn-based fighting game. That's crazy. That's like COD getting a patent for Team Deathmatch. What if we call it a Dommy character and a sub character instead? I don't think it's what you call it. I think it's how it interacts mechanically in your game. That's how they get you. Can I speak in chat? I was asking about the assassination that happened. No, we're not talking about that anymore. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, Kieran's also messaging me. They was still bringing up the assassination, so I timed them up 1 second and asked them to stop. Oh, I got you. Yeah, no, that's fair, Kieran. We want to stop. We want to move away from the assassination stuff. Like, I just wanted to bring it up to just name and shame someone in the industry who is relishing in something awful. We don't need to get into the politics of like what is right or wrong. What we should all know and accept as an inherent truth is that anybody dying for their beliefs, if not violent, should not die. It should not be okay. So we're moving on from that. That's all we're gonna say about it. We don't need to go into the theories of like the JFK invisible bullet or magic bullet made of ice or anything. Oh no, Parcel. Alright, Parcel. No more. Alright, we're getting sidetracked. Anyways, Nintendo sucks. Although I also wouldn't be okay with Nintendo being shot at. I guess that does make sense. Nintendo's not a person. Parcel, I'm sorry. If you want to talk more about it, go to Nepal's stream. Nepal will 100% be talking about it. So I can make my monster summon my main character. Wait, that's actually so smart. That would be such a funny game to make as a troll to Nintendo. Like literally opposite of Pokemon. I don't know how that would work, but that's funny as hell. Did you see the Animal Crossing like Pokemon game? Animal Crossing like Pokemon game. Oh shit! Yeah, we did. That's the next slide after this one. I had a trailer for it, but this is we have 2 trailers, so we're gonna talk about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So this is clearly just a pre-done cinematic. It doesn't really give you an idea of what it's going to be about. However, well, that's annoying. It's the next sequel to the Mario movie by Illumination, and it's about Super Mario Galaxy. That's crazy, dude. That's so hype. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna get some flack for this, but I really liked the Mario movie. I liked it. I'm sorry. I gotta be honest. I thought it was a good movie. Peaches, 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 like that. I mean, that actually unironically gets stuck in my head consistently. I love you, yeah. Honestly, kind of cool. So, I'm actually not, yeah, me too. It was okay at best. But you know what? Sometimes it's okay to like things that are just okay, you know? Sometimes nothing needs to be, things don't always need to be a masterpiece, right? Like the Star Wars prequel movies, those were okay. I wouldn't say that they're masterpieces, but I like them. I love them a lot. Kieran preferred the Minecraft movie. Dude, if you think that the Minecraft movie was like a masterpiece, but the Mario movie wasn't, like they're literally equal. They're both the same type of slop. I know I'm just like going. I know I'm just kind of like straw manning this, but let's move on. The Super Mario Galaxy movie. When not suing people, Nintendo's also interested in making movies. Their newest one appears to be a sequel to the 2023 Mario movie and will retain the same cast, which is something that I found on Wikipedia and nowhere else, so I don't know if that's true or not. But it releases April 3rd, 2026. It's actually coming out soon, like in less than a year, like months from now. So I think it's cool. And I actually really liked the original cast from the last movie. I didn't think I would, but I really liked Chris Pratt as Mario. I really, really liked Jack Black as Bowser. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong was amazing. The laugh was great. Also, the guy who plays Toad from Key and Peele, what was it? Keegan-Michael Key as Toad was really good. Oh, and then Luigi as Charlie Green, I think his name is, from Always Sunny. Also an amazing, like the cast was great. I thought they did phenomenal. I have no problems with that. So I really hope that they keep it the same. Both are not a masterpiece in any way, but I would rather rewatch the Minecraft movie than the Mario movie. They're like the same, dude. They're the same. I gotta be honest. You got VR working in Godot? That's really cool. My points, fuck off, Kezi. What? Oh, I see. Kezi has 168 points. You have 8,724. You can share a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna actually could you imagine if I just like moved all your points to him? I split it down the middle. Flint and steel. Do it. I'm not doing that. Anyways, so I thought that was cool. Now I want to get to 10K. All right. So that's all good and all, but let's take a look at our next trailer. No! It's okay, never mind. I forgot the order I did this. I could have sworn Pokemon was next. Fake Schedule 1 listing. So, several fake listings have been spotted on the PlayStation Store under the name Schedule 1 that are not associated with the real game. So, everyone knows that the game Schedule 1 is a massive breakout indie game success. And apparently, PlayStation's filled with knockoffs of this game, and people are getting burned. Here's one of them right here. Schedule 1 - Drug Dealer by Eden Ruse, trading as Eden G. For the PS4 as 1.33 stars with 455 ratings, dude. That's crazy. This guy made over $4,000, like probably closer to like $5. I mean, these are just based on reviews. This guy made thousands of dollars on a fake game. That's insane. It's also only one player. This is the guy from Schedule 1, by the way. Like they just straight up ripped off their character. I don't know how they get away with this, but beware, users are getting scammed out of their money. This game is currently only available for Windows, so if you see it on like PlayStation or Xbox, it's not real. And I honestly, this brings me to a bigger topic. Why does Sony allow this? Why does Sony just allow you to? Can I make Minecraft 2 and post it on PlayStation Store? Can I just do that? I didn't realize that's the way that this worked. I'll just make fucking. I guess it'll only be bad if I make Horizon Zero Dawn Zen Edition, right? Like it's only when it's their IP they sue people. But if it's someone else's IP being stolen on their platform, they don't see anything. They don't notice it. They approve basically anything, to be honest. I thought the PS Store was harder to upload than Steam. What the fuck? I thought so too, but maybe not compared to other platforms. Nope, Xbox and Nintendo are the hardest. That's crazy. I know Nintendo's very difficult to get on. And Nintendo, if you're an indie studios have specific guidelines. You're not allowed to upload your game on any other platform, I believe, if you are an indie studio. Only if you're a AAA studio can you upload on multiple platforms. If you're indie, you have to only upload for Switch, which is crazy. Want to tell people that I joined you in No Man's Sky. Yeah, you did. I was literally playing in bed on my Steam Deck, and he goes, "Can I join you?" And then all of a sudden it shows him pop up on my screen, and he's like, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "What? Can you hear me?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, this is crazy." He's just bugged my room. So that was interesting. I know someone currently going through putting their game on console. I've wanted to do that as well. I thought it'd be really fun to publish for Xbox. I don't really want to publish for Sony, just because I don't really like the company that much, but I also don't like Microsoft very much either, so I'm a little bit stuck between a rock and a hard place. But yeah, I think uploading for a console would be really fun. Anyways, next story. There it is. Fucking fine. I should have moved this up. You guys want to see it, so let's see it. D&D to console would be so cool. Ditto. The character models in this look kind of cursed to you? The humans? Oh yeah, we'll get there. They are very cursed. There it is. The floppy arms.
This land is just waiting to be shaped.
It's Minecraft!
By a Ditto.
Ditto!
It looks like a human.
Oh, you didn't see this,
What's that
Kieran?
in the grass?
He's like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's Bulbasaur, a grass-type Pokemon.
The plot of the tall grass is kind of small, but I like it. I love leaves and grass and stuff, and living by lots of. Oh god damn it!
What's this? Looks like
It looks like fucking
Ditto's
Minecraft.
got
It
an
does.
idea.
Leafage, let's go.
By learning this move, you can make grass grow. Squirtle's water gun will keep it all healthy. As nature
Who the
flourishes,
fuck wants to grow grass in a game?
so do the Pokemon.
And water grass, like grass. It should do it on its own. That's so annoying. You're telling me I gotta log in every day and water fucking grass?
Collect rocks and wood to build with. Till the fields and grow delicious crops. Build homes for the Pokemon you meet. There's so much to do here. No need to rush though.
Y'all just be
Go at your
yapping.
own pace.
I'm trying to watch this
And
very
you'll
important
have a
trailer,
wonderful
guys.
space before you know it.
Be respectful.
Pokemon Pokopia.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy this one, guys. Not only because I don't have a Switch 2, but man, is this not worth. Zen's new voice. Oh boy, what did I sound like?
What's this?
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna talk from now on. Hey guys, it's me Zen. And today we're gonna be talking about gaming news and all the people who've been assassinated. Fuck me. Oh man. Smoke grass as Charizard. Oh, so there are no humans. It's just Ditto, and that's why it looks so cursed. Yeah, basically. Minecraft should copyright block like world. Dude, you literally, Kezi, okay. Do you wanna write the gaming news for me or what? Because you just keep stealing my thunder. So, famously litigious company Nintendo has announced that their newest Pokemon game will be a ripoff of both Minecraft and Animal Crossing. There you go. I already made the joke yesterday. God damn it. Every stream. This is the second time now. The second stream in a row where you just like literally copied that. Good job, Kezi. First, stop. Oh man. Kind of gay, not gonna lie. Please make a character like this in Infinium that talks like that. Kind of sounds like Toad. Yeah. I'll play Pal World before I play this shit. I was gonna say the exact same thing. So yeah, I'm gonna do my own gaming news and then post them on Friday. It's just gonna be the same thing I say. Pal World was fun with friends. I really liked Pal World. Anyways, so yeah, I thought it would be really funny if they weren't allowed to make this game because Minecraft copyrighted. Is that, I don't know the past tenses they copywritten. Oh my gosh, copyright using blocks or just voxel based games. And I had the same thought honestly when I first saw this. I'm like, it's crazy that you're not allowed to throw a ball, but they're allowed to just rip off other games. I understand that Animal Crossing is their property. They can already do that. But Minecraft isn't, and it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit shameless. Like, I think we all know, like, everyone calls this Pokemon Animal Crossing. I called it Poke Crossing at the top here. We all know what it's referencing, what it's stealing from. This isn't unique to Pokemon. This is just Animal Crossing with a Pokemon theme and Minecraft voxel based mechanics. Kind of lame, if you ask me. It just shows how devoid of creativity the Pokemon Company are. Yet they're literally clinging on to anything that they deem to be their own intellectual property. Like, they will sue you out of existence if you make anything even remotely similar to Pokemon. Yet they, as the Pokemon Company, are willing to make any other game other than Pokemon because they can't come up with a single creative idea. Cursed demon screams. But you will play this game as a humanoid Ditto that uses other Pokemon's powers to shape the environment around them. To address the elephant in the room, no, you may not fuck it. You can't fuck the Ditto, I'm sorry. I know a lot of you that's what you were looking forward to, and it's not a feature, unfortunately. Maybe next game, maybe in the sequel, but damn. Nintendo has nothing left except for Pokemon and Mario and Zelda. Zelda's also, like, I think Zelda's probably more valuable to them right now than any other product. Although Zelda is notorious for only selling well in America and not selling well in Japan. Imagine if Pokemon had a AAA budget. It would be insane, but they are so locked in on AA exclusive console exclusives they can't evolve. What you don't understand is they do have a AAA budget. How much did it cost for? How much did Pokemon Scarlet and Violet cost to make? Oh wait, is it low? Wait, what was it? Oh, they didn't release any cost. Okay, so they haven't publicly stated how much it costs, but I believe they have the same amount of resources that any other AAA studio would have, right? Like, it's literally the #1 best-selling media franchise in the world by a large margin. Imagine they put that budget but used Xbox, PS, or PlayStation or PC for their platform instead of console that is 2 gens behind. Do you just mean like performance budget. Is that what you're talking about? Because that is true. They do work with a much weaker performance budget. However, so does Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Zelda Breath of the Wild was better than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which came out like 4 years after it. Or maybe even later. Something like that. Anyways, moving on. We're going to our pro tip of the week. We're wrapping it up with more politics. I just want to say that the pro tip of the week is righteousness always wins. And we have a quote here: a superior man in dealing with the world is not for anything or against anything. He follows righteousness as a standard. That's a quote by Confucius. Confucius say. I think you're safe this week. That's so mean. Are you saying he's not righteous? That's honestly, that's worse. If this doesn't apply to you. Let's talk about it. The world has never felt so hostile. It feels like there's a new tragedy, war, and injustice every week. While it may feel hopeless trying to stand up for what you believe in, know that goodness always prevails. The actions you take today may not shape the world as a whole, but it will shape those around you. Remember to uphold values of peace, love, and equality for even those that are your adversary. Don't conform to the world, but demand that the world conform to those values. Totalitarian regimes will crumble, evil men will be imprisoned, and those who lie and sow discourse will be revealed in the light for what they are. Do not allow them to drag you away with them, but rather be like a stone in the current. Now, to break that down and make it not so vague and like abstract and poetic, just stand up for the basic human rights and like values of what I mentioned here: love, peace, and equality. And if you stand by those values and you don't conform to evil, hatred, and vile party lines, your life and those around you will be better. And I promise you, people like this always win. They really do. If you look throughout history, goodness has always prevailed. The people as a whole have become more free. They have become more enriched. They have become more equal over time. It's just been the way that humans have evolved. We started off with feudalistic empires, right? And maybe not started off, but let's just go back to 1,000 years ago. We had feudalistic empires where people were slaves by class, right? Like you were just born a slave and that's the way it is. But now we have this intrinsic value of human rights where you're born and you're given agency over yourself, and you can be and do anything that you want. And you have more power than you probably think. And it shows no better than in Nepal this week, where people just had enough. They stood up for what they believed in. They stood up for the values that they want to see in their government, and they changed it. And you can too. By the way, I almost broke my pinky finger today. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Parzival, you can change your pinky to being broken if you want to. Yapper point presentation? Come on, man. I just want people to remember that the world's a much more loving place than it is hateful. Like, no one likes to be hateful. No one likes to be angry. Like, that's not our default state. And if you uphold those values of love, and if you uphold love as a virtue, people will be drawn to you, and people will rally behind that. So, yeah, he is the weak Parzival. He's the broken finger Parzival, I see. I would never come close to breaking my fingers. Oh, I dodged that. That was funny. You never really learned how to make a presentation. The number one rule is don't read your presentation, and rule number 2 is don't use so much text. I don't care. I don't care. This is my presentation. I can do whatever I want. Live, laugh, righteous. So yeah, that's it. Let's go to the community highlight of the week. Okay, that was so rude. It was in a big wood spitter. See, I don't even know which one. I don't even know which one is the real Parzival anymore. Honestly, Parzival, to me, you are just a cryptid. Like, you're not a, this is gonna sound like crazy considering what I just preached, but you're not a human to me. You're a cryptid. Like, I don't picture a person, I think of, like, it. Like, just like a sentient shadow. Well, now I feel bad. Parcel is an idea. Yeah, Parcel is an idea. 34 is the real one. Is he? Wait, so... I thought 36 was the real one. Wait. I'm sorry. Let me run this back. So, all this time, all these Parsifals, I was assuming was Parzival. Like, just signed into multiple accounts just trying to be funny. You're telling me that one of you guys is using these other Parzival accounts to troll him? Is that what's happening? No, that's an outdated model. I've been telling you. I didn't believe. I thought you were doing a bit. I thought you were like, they're not me. I'm like, oh yeah, all right, Parzival. That's so funny. Wait, all this time? Who's doing it? Oh, it's so funny. Are they all like one person, or does everyone have a Parzival account? Wait, that's crazy. Now, 36 only has like 30 messages, when 34 has over 999. The real Parzival was never here. Dude, that's honestly so funny. Well, shout out to whoever did that. I think it's Kezi. I think it was Kezi based on the way he's talking right now. But that's funny. Oh, that's crazy. I only have the 36, and there are 35 and 37 out there too. Does everybody in chat just have one Parzival alt? Can the real Parzival provide proper ID? My DMs are open. Dude, how many people in here are copycatting other people? I'm Squidward, you're Squidward, we're all Squidward. Kezi, I think so. Oh, Parzival's like, Parzival's probably so mad. All this time I thought Parzival was really funny for that. You're telling me that this wasn't even Parzival's joke? You're telling me that he didn't even deserve credit for any of this? I don't have a Parzival. Maybe I should make my own. I will not disclose which. I'm only one. I did it once. Now I need a Parzival account. I'm gonna make one. Alright, let's take a look at the Kezi's video, goddammit. Does it have audio? Oh, it does have audio. You got your little dancing fella again. Ooh. Didn't we see this? Isn't this the video you showed us before? Your UI is pretty cool. 1 year later? You've added spell slots. Oh, I see. Wait, what? What happened? Did it take you a year to learn it? Your character does just they do nothing for 1 year? That's crazy. You would think that like you'd get some other stuff done too in the meantime. This would be a story nightmare for me. Trying to keep track of multiple years going by. They will also auto-sim their castle eventually. That's crazy. you need to add like an exception for like less than 2 years. So if it's like 1 year, it just says 1 year later. 'Cause it says 1 years plural. Just a nitpick of mine. I know that's probably like really annoying to do in code, but I had to do that with like, what? You can fucking fly? Bro, that's crazy. But you just hover. Can you like just take off like Superman? That would be sick. I'm gonna be honest. Floating 2 inches above the ground is not as cool as flying into the air. Okay, every Parzival can contact me. My DMs are open. I will disclose myself to every other Parzival except 34. That's insane. Gosh, you're the same color too. Well, that's cool. Make it so you can fly in the sky. I want to see that. Maybe you make it so it takes like, it's like an upgraded version of that spell or something. But that'd be sick. Just flying up. God, it would break your game almost entirely, but it'd be cool. It'd be cool. Anyways, that's all we have, except, oh, we got a bonus one! Claren, are you still here, Claren? Yes, you are, bruh. They're not the same color for me as they are not the same color, so it's random. That's strange. It's different colors everywhere, so they're the same color on my web browser, but in Streamlabs, they're different colors, and then on the actual stream, they're different colors, so I don't know what the heck's going on. I think I'm not colorblind. I'm not. Literally, look at this. They're the same color. They're both purple. But in Streamlabs, one's purple, one's red. And on my chat overlay on my stream, one's green. Like, what is that all about? Anyways, let's take a look at Claren's weapons test. And there's a picture of him right back there in case you didn't see that. This is, I don't know what's going on here, but I noticed it looks like it's shooting the ground here. Am I correct in what I'm seeing here? Hang on. Is it shooting the ground? Pew, pew, pew. It looks like you're hitting the ground. This one shoots straight. And then what does this do? Shoots like missiles or grenades? Oh, yep, there it's going. It's falling. Boom! That's kind of sick, actually. That one works pretty well. Zenith Claren. You need to be a subscriber to have that one. Why is it not working for me? You gotta give me money. The spray was a little high. Oh, I see. Ah, fuck off. What do you mean? That's how emotes work. But that's cool. So, if you guys don't know, Clarence left us because he has a job. he's an employed man. He gets his little suit and tie on and kisses his wife goodbye with his little briefcase every morning, and he goes to his job now. So he doesn't have a whole lot of time to do game development, but this is something that he was able to do in the spare time he had recently. Ah, fuck off. No. Wait, why are they both red now on the stream? What? Dude, that's crazy. The UI also changes in the right depending on the weapon? Oh. Hang on. Yeah, you're talking about this UI. Oh, that's cool, yeah. It almost looks like the Halo UI. Like, this looks like the Spartan laser. That's very cool. Nice. Yeah, hopefully you can get more time between work and school, and you can make more updates. But that is all we have for today. That is actually it. And man, it was it was an hour and 20 minutes today. Kind of long. We talked a little bit too much about politics, and this isn't really much of a political stream or channel. So unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. But That's the way it is. I actually I don't have a caveat there. I knew it was going to be a little bit political. I didn't think we'd get stuck on it so long. That's why I only made one slide about it. Because I wanted to talk about it, just address the elephant in the room, and I wanted to try to give some people a hopeful message by the end of it. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened this week in gaming. There was the Nintendo, the Treehouse or whatever the fuck they call it, the Nintendo Direct, which is where those like the Pokemon crossing came from, and Super Mario Galaxy movie reveals. There's probably other stuff, but I don't really cover Nintendo anymore because I really just don't care about Nintendo. Like I'm not a consumer of Nintendo products anymore, and I'm just not in the market or like really even caring about them. The upgrade is here. Now we have Parzival 937. That's so funny. Wait, 936 asked 937 to message them, which is implying that they actually aren't the same person using these alts. That's so funny. Anyways, that's it for YouTube. I will see you guys next week over at YouTube. And yeah, I'm waiting for it. Who's gonna say fuck off, YouTube? Who's gonna say it? No one? All right. Bye, YouTube. All right, that's it.